Hello, I'm Kathy Colbinson, President and CEO of Chris 180. In celebration of our 40 years of service, I am honored to get to sit down with a young man who has been a part of the Chris 180 family for over 30 years. Thomas Watson is a former Chris 180 board member who currently serves on our advisory council, providing his insight and support to our organization. I met Thomas in the late 1980s during my early years here at Chris 180. I'm so very thankful to have you here in our family.
I grew up in a single mom household, my brother and I, and basically I saw my dad last when I was 3 years old. And I always wanted a father figure in my life, but did not have that. In 1989, a therapist from the hospital introduced my mom and I to Chris 180. At that time, it was another name called CHARLEE, and then later Chris Kids, now Chris 180. But I was accepted into the program. I went to Atlanta, came to Atlanta, interviewed with Kathy Colbinson. She interviewed me. She was an intake. She did everything back then, and she accepted me into the program. It strengthened me and my mom and my brother as a family, and it helped us to build community, to get in the community and to serve. And even today, 40 years later, Chris 180 is still helping to heal children, strengthen families, and build communities, even through the coronavirus. They're doing more to help people now than I think before. As a 17-year-old, I had never set goals before. I remember a staff meeting with us and teaching us how to set goals, teaching us interview skills, and teaching us how to budget for groceries, because I now had to buy my own groceries. How to budget for bills, because I had to pay my own bills a little bit at that time. But it prepared me for who I am today. I was introduced to therapy. I had been hospitalized for many, many times, 5 or 6 times, and I had never had therapy to the point where a therapist would ask me questions about me. And for the first time in 5 years after being hospitalized so much, I was able to open up. I was able to talk about my anger and my hatred and my resentment and the things that happened in my life growing up that caused me trauma. I was able to talk about it with a therapist. For the first time in my life, I had a therapist that cared about me, that asked me the right questions, and that got me to talk about my issues and to deal with them so I could heal. Kathy, thank you for accepting me into Chris 180. Kathy, thank you for pouring into me. You know, as kids, we don't like to talk about our trauma. We don't like to talk about what we've been through. But my encouragement would be to open up and be honest and be real about what you've been through, how you feel, how you see things, so that you too can get that off your chest, get the healing you need, and to move on with your life. It changed my direction of my life.
Yeah.
I could have went to prison. And it also changed my life to this very day. My life is very different now than it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, and I couldn't be more proud of you, Thomas. Thomas's success story is just one of many stories of how Chris 180 has helped children, young adults, and families turn trauma into triumph and build resiliency that's needed to become productive citizens committed to giving back. Here's to 40 more.